I think it was such a shock to see you in the trailer of Badass Ravi Kumar. The one thing
You could have used a lighter word, but yeah, sure. There's also a dialogue where Himesh says, Leila, tera thela bana ke market mein bechegi. I love that. I'm like, yes. Like, why am I doing this? Like, why am I here? You know, like, do I belong here? Do I not belong here? I think judging is the right word. I would totally judge these kind of films because they're so different from how I see cinema. I cut my hair, dude. I cut my hair in a flash of a second. If someone gets intimidated by who I am,
right,
in general, then clearly you're not my man. Like, oh my God, what is this or whatever. I have this weird accent thing that I do. I don't know why I do it, but yeah, it just comes up. I am that woman who's comfortable with drinking. You know, I smoke sometimes. If I am stepping out of a marriage, it's a personal choice. Thanks for the interview, Priyanka. We need it.
Hello everyone, welcome to News 18. I am Titas Chowdhury in conversation with Kirti Kulhari. Hi.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good.
I'm seeing you after a long time.
Yeah, Shekhar Omana.
Yes.
Mentioned it.
Kirti, I think you have had 2 releases back to back, Hisab Barabar, and of course Badass Ravi Kumar, 2 extreme ends of the spectrum really. Like I was telling, Priyanka, I think it was such a shock to see you in the trailer of Badass Ravi Kumar. The one thing
you could have used a lighter word, but yeah, sure. I get it.
It was shocking. Okay, we were like, Kirti Kulhari in Badass Ravi Kumar.
Did I see it right?
Yeah, we had to go back and check.
I confirm.
So I think your character is referred to as Chalak Lombdi in the film. Yes.
It's referred to as Chalak?
Yes.
Really?
That's what Prabhudeva's character said.
Oh yeah, okay. I think Chalak Lombdi, yes. There's also a dialogue where Himesh says, Leila, tera thela bana ke market mein bechegi. I love that. I'm like, yes.
So, what was your reaction like when Himesh sir was narrating the script to you?
I think I had the biggest reaction on just receiving the call from Himesh for this film. So, my reaction ka jo intensity tha, wo sabse high was when I got the call ki, listen, there's something and this and that. And I was like, it's almost like Himesh and I exist in parallel worlds.
Yeah.
Like, how can these parallel worlds ever meet? Right? So, my reaction was like, what just happened? Like, but I was at the same time very intrigued by this, you know, because for me, every time I hear something, an idea of something new coming my way, I'm like, this is interesting, this is intriguing. So I was very, very intrigued and I said, let's meet, you know, and all that. And then I met him, he narrated me the whole script. I said, main pad bhi sakti hu, you know, like, because I always prefer reading.
Yeah.
But he's like, no, let me give you a narration, this and that. So the writer, Bunty Rathore, was also there and they both gave me a full-on narration with like music that they had in mind, beach mein and all that. And my reaction was like, I was like, I understand that this is something that you want to make.
Yeah.
But I'm like, what I didn't understand is why would you think of me in this? You know, because it's like, how do you imagine me here kind of a thing? And he just said that, listen, I mean, you're a great, lovely actor, and then, you know, I love your short hair. You know, so I just feel that you'll be really nice for this, you know. And I think a part of me felt validated in a very different way. Because, as I said, that for me, the exciting thing is कि कुछ नया, मतलब कोई मुझे नए lens से देख रहा है. For me, that itself, in itself is very, very, a very exciting proposal. So, I remember there were some dialogues, you know, and I was like, you know, we usually ask, and I'm like, is it possible to sort of, you know, improvise a bit, like maybe add something else or remove something or say it differently? And he's like, no. And I was like, oh, okay. So it's almost like take it or leave it, but this is what it is. Like, this is what, if you say yes, you say yes to this. Yes. Or else don't do it, which is also fine. So I think that was the moment that I felt that I knew that I will do it. Because I just loved the clarity that he had. I loved the conviction that he had with what he was doing. And he's like, don't don't mess with what I am trying to do.
Yeah.
This is what it is.
And he was very clear about it.
He was very clear about it, and I love that.
Yeah.
You know, I was not like offended or something, but I was like, all right, so here is somebody who knows what they are doing. So for me to take a call as an actor कि मैं इसमें घुस रही हूँ, will be a very conscious call. It will not be कि अरे आपने तो ये बोला था, but आपने तो ऐसा होना चाहिए था, but कुछ और हो रहा है. No, this is what it is. And I think that just made me want to say yes even more quickly in terms of, and I wanted to challenge myself. You know, I wanted to challenge my own ideas of who I am and what is the kind of cinema I connect with.
Absolutely.
You know, what I think of myself as an actor in my head. So I wanted to like sort of break all of that, because I think I'm just growing to be a human being who doesn't want to be defined. I don't want to be put in a box, and I think the size of the box is just increasing, you know. So I'm bringing in a lot of variety, a lot of shock value with a lot of things I do. And I think that's just the trip I'm on. So I was like, let's just do it, you know. And of course I gave it a thought in terms of, okay, so what does it do for my career, you know, what does it do for my audiences, will they like it, not like it. So that was the second level pe my thought process, but I think I was quite game for it in the first meeting itself.
Great, more power to you, seriously. Thank for this. But did you find yourself cracking up every now and then during the narration?
Yeah, and during the shoot. Like I would be like, there'll be moments where I'll be like, why am I doing this? Like, why am I here? You know, like, do I belong here? Do I not belong here? So I had those moments of, you know, just being like, what's going on? Do I get it? Do I fit in here? You know, am I doing the right thing? I had all those moments, you know, going on. But once I was in, and I was like, whatever it is, I am in it with my eyes open, and we'll see how it goes and where it was such a different world as you know, the world that I'm used to. That I was like a little child in like awe of, oh ये कैसे कर रहे हैं, oh ये कैसे हो रहा है, अच्छा ऐसे होता है, अच्छा ये भी हो रहा है. So it was more like I was here and the world was here. Instead of me being here and looking down upon the world. So I think that is the shift that sort of happened for me, because earlier I would be here and being like, ye kya chal raha hai sab, right? When I see all the Bollywood commercial stuff and all that. And that's exactly what I wanted to break in my head. I wanted to be in it so that I just see it for what it is. You know, I'm not scared of it, or I'm not like
judging it.
You know, I just wanted to, and I think this is the best way to sort of, I think judging is the right word. I would totally judge these kind of films because they're so different from how I see cinema. So I wanted to be in it to like break my own judgments and how I see things, and I think it's again very very humbling. You know, that is the word, because I am no one to judge anything. It's not my place. So मतलब मैं क्यों खुद के ही, you know, चीज़ों में I'm stuck in my own ideas of things, and I'm judging things around me. So I think this has really just added more groundedness to me and more, you know, humility to me, and I'm very, very grateful for this experience.
You know why I came up with the word judging is because I'm sure while the idea is to not take yourself so seriously, it can be a little difficult, you know, to keep the judgment away, because at the end of the day, it's a spoof, right? It's a parody. That's what the film is about. Is it liberating then?
It's beautiful. Like yesterday, I was at Gaiety with 15 of my friends, my people. We were all, a friend of mine got us t-shirts like a surprise which said Badass Leila. So black t-shirts which said Badass Leila. I was flipping. Like when he showed me that, I was like, this is such a cool and such a warm thing to do. It's beautiful. We all wore the t-shirts. We took it for everybody. And I was in Gaiety. I've never been to Gaiety to watch a film.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't.
Okay.
I've been to Chandan, but I've not been to Gaiety. So I've been to like Regal and Eros and all that in town. But yahan kabhi nahi gayi thi main. So for me, the whole experience, all of us sitting together, tripping on the film, you know, just having a blast, my friends whistling around, you know, hooting, we are like, you know, it was just something so, it was something so liberating, as you said. I was on screen and I was on this side of the screen, and to just, it was a very, very surreal experience, and something that I'm very, very grateful for. Again, something that just puts a lot of things in perspective for me in the for my, you know, for the times to come.
Absolutely. But you are a fun person also, that's what you're saying.
I mean, you have to be with me to know how much of a fun person I am.
I think we should pose
I don't wear it on my sleeves.
Yeah.
You know, and I don't pretend like, oh my God, I'm so fun. I don't do all of that.
Yeah.
And I do a lot of masti. But yeah, I mean, again, I will not be like that.
Yeah.
To make you feel like, it's not suddenly I'll start behaving like I'm such a fun person just for my audiences or people to be like, oh, there's this fun side to her. No, I just am. I mean, you happen to see me, you meet me in a serious mood.
Serious mood, yeah.
Fine, you can take that, you can conclude me saying, oh, she's very serious, or you can see me in another mood and you'll be like, oh, she's, you know, she's that. So you can put me in boxes that are comfortable for people to put me in. But I think I'm beyond that.
But I think we should pose this question to your team. Guys, how fun is she on a scale of 1 to 10?
100.
100, we got the answer.
I'm telling you, like, they have seen mad sides of me, and I am...
What's the reckless, maddest thing you have done? If you can recall.
I cut my hair, dude. I cut my hair in a flash of a second from here.
You cut it yourself?
I mean, I cut a part of it myself. So I remember when Hisab Barabar was finishing Hisab Barabar, I had this much hair and that whole colored hair. And I was like, you know, I just want to, like, I had this feeling of I want to start afresh. Like, I want to get rid of all the color. I want to just, like, start afresh. I had this thought in my head. The last day of Hisab Barabar shoot, the next day I fixed an appointment with my hair person, Avni, saying, listen, I want to do something like this. And she's like, yay, you know, we both of us are mad. So we're like, it's not like she'll tell me, are you sure?
Right.
Is it okay? But itna chota, nothing. She's like, let's do it. So she's as mad as me. But I went home and I was so excited about just chopping the hair. मैंने इतने बाल खुद ही कैंची से काट लिए. Before I went to her the next day. Yeah, so I did that. I think biking is something which is, again, very...
You picked it up recently?
Yeah, like 3 years ago.
Okay.
So I got a bike during the Shera. I just picked it up and then I rode in Bombay for like a week, 10 days. And then cut to in June, I went for my first Ladakh bike trip.
Solo trip?
Solo trip. Like I had Priyanka as well, who was, you know, sometimes riding, like being a pillion and in the car most of the times. I was on my own.
That's fab.
And I'm not proud of this, so that's where the reckless part comes. I was not wearing any biking gear. Like I had no knee pads, I had no those protective jackets, nothing. I had some random helmet that came with the bike that I got. So yeah, that was the reckless me. But yeah.
Do you think you tend to intimidate people?
Yeah. I don't intend to, but I think I'm quite a strong personality for people to. People do get intimidated most of the times.
Absolutely, because this is what we make of you, that of course you're nonsensical. No, you're not nonsensical.
You have to keep this in the interview for the first time you
calling
spoke the truth.
Nonsense. You're not nonsensical. You.
Thanks for the interview, Priyanka. We need it. See, this is the fun side of me that I'm not like, oh my God, what did you just call me? This is fun. Please keep this.
Okay, well
Yeah,
that.
I am nonsense.
You're not nonsensical. I think you are not afraid to speak your mind.
Yeah.
And of course, this is intimidating for, I'm sure, a lot of filmmakers also, and men, of course. Is it difficult then to find love when you're this kind of a person?
No.
It's not? You think men are comfortable with having a woman
Most
like
of
this?
them are not.
Yeah.
But then I would rather be with a person who is comfortable, right? So that's a great filter to have, right?
Yeah.
So if someone gets intimidated by who I am,
Right.
in general, then clearly you are not my man. So a man who doesn't get intimidated by this and can see me for who I am is the man I should be with. So no, I think it's I never sit back and be like, oh my God, I need to I need to lower my
Tone myself down.
tone myself down, tone my energy and whatever, be a little dumb and like, oh my God, what is this or whatever. I have this weird accent thing that I do. I don't know why I do it, but yeah, it just comes up. So
It's a Sobo accent.
and I think it's also yeah, that's pretty much. And also there's a bit of millennial thing happening. Of course the millennials will be like, oh, we don't talk like that. But it's like the Sobo mixed with millennials. So millennials from Sobo pretty much kind of sound like that. So yeah, I'm like, I'm not going to do that. I'm too old for that shit.
Yeah.
I mean, come on. I think life is not, this is the problem. We are all, from the time you're growing up, people around you, everyone's trying to tone you down, to, like keep you in control, to keep you like palatable.
Yeah.
I don't have to be palatable. I am expanding, and there is no limit to that, right? And I think somebody who tries to limit me, whether it's in my family or my friend circle or at workplace, is not my type. Like they will not be a part of my inner circle. I don't have to deal with most of the men, because yeah, a lot of them are not where I am, who can't handle what I come with. I need I would want a lion in my life, not a rat. So yeah.
Wow, beautifully put.
Yeah.
What would you say to those who sort of called out the kind of feminism that was represented in, let's say, 4 More Shots, please? Because I remember a section of social media saying that, is women empowerment all about abusing or cussing or smoking or drinking? What did you make of that?
I would just say that if they saw the show a little more carefully, there's a lot more to these women. Okay, drinking, smoking, maybe using cuss words sometimes with your friends and whatever is quite normal. There are a lot of women around me who do it. I am that woman who's comfortable with drinking. I smoke sometimes. I use cuss words, or sometimes when I'm in that zone, depending on who I am. So this is not, doesn't mean, it doesn't define कि मैं independent हूँ या नहीं हूँ, right? But उसके अलावा भी there is a person there, right? The person is dealing with, they're living their lives, they're dealing with different things, they're handling their professional life, personal life. So in being independent is not, this is not the only representation of being independent, and that's exactly what people are pointing out, but which is incorrect in itself, because if you see, there's a lot happening with those women.
Yeah.
Right? There are a lot of other things we are talking about in the show. आपने क्या pick up किया उसमें से? अच्छा ये मतलब fuck word use कर रही हैं, या they are sleeping with men, or they are smoking and drinking, ये थोड़ा ना होता है. ये होता नहीं है. But अगर वो उसका हिस्सा है, if a woman chooses to engage in all this, what is wrong?
Yeah.
Do you question a man when he is drinking and smoking? But if there is a woman standing and smoking in the midst of 5 men, you'll be suddenly like, you will raise your brows.
Yeah.
So like, that's what we are talking about. The point, so the point is that go back to how you are viewing this. What is your conditioning in terms of कि अच्छा और मर्द औरत करती है तो प्रॉब्लम है, मर्द करता है तो हाँ तो वो तो नॉर्मल है. What your perception of normal is, right? So for me, आप ये नहीं करेंगी. If you don't smoke, you choose to not drink, not do anything. You are doing what you're doing. You're still as independent.
Sure.
तो इससे आपकी independence ना define होती है, ना ये कम होती है. तो this is just a personal choice.
Sure, absolutely.
And I think that personal choice should be granted to everybody. Problem is when you see that personal choice as being a problem. You know, if I am stepping out of a marriage, it's a personal choice, and you will see it. It is for me a very tough and a very empowering decision, right? But if the same person, that is me, decides to start smoking, suddenly it'll be like, oh shit, she's smoking.
Kirti, lastly, tell me, we know that you're marking your debut as a producer very soon. What's happening with the film? Nayeka, it's called.
So Nayeka is something that I shot for 3 years ago, 2 years ago. And I decided to be a co-producer on that because I was, you know, it's a script I like, I was acting in it and I was starting this and I'm like, okay, let's just start with this. And of course we have made the film and all that. But I was more or less a co-producer on paper.
Okay.
In terms of, you know, the arrangements between me and the producer. So I didn't really work on it the way I would like to work as a producer.
Okay.
You know, so it's not my baby, right? And it's made and all. So I am a little out of loop with what's happening on it because it's someone, the producers are somebody else and they have, you know, they are doing what they're doing with it. So I honestly don't know what's happening on that. You will see me debuting as a producer that as a real producer, you know, where my skin is in the game and it's my thing. So that's something that I'm working on. And so with Nayeka, it became very clear to me that I don't want to be a namesake producer.
Right.
मुझे वो stamp नहीं चाहिए कि oh she's a producer. I want to do the work. I want to be involved. I want to, you know, I want to do all of it, you know. So I think that's something that's become very clear to me. So whatever you will see me doing as a producer is something that will totally be my baby. Hi everyone, I'm Kirti Kulhari and you're watching me on News 18.